Great.
Hey everybody.
Ho, ho, ho.
Man, I'm self-conscious about my hair. Yours is so nice and neat.
Oh, I just got it tight.
Harsh knit.
I literally had that this morning.
Sweet.
Gut, seine Haarschnitt ist sehr gut.
Dankeschön.
Um, yeah, I just got meine Haarschnitt.
Yeah, I haven't got a schnitt in a way in a long time, but we're gonna be talking about that on the that's coming up. That's
Okay,
coming
good.
up in the app.
Good. Okay, sweet. I can't wait.
Little
I have
tease.
no idea where you're going with this, so
No, yeah, this
and
is
that's
always a fun one.
that's the fun part. All right,
Yep,
let's do it. Let's just go.
let's go.
All right. Here we go. One, two, three, click. One, two, three, clap.
Clap. One, two, three, clap.
Clap.
You're listening to the Two Gomers podcast, a show about two regular guys in their 40s embracing midlife, chasing healthy aging, and inviting a nation along for the run. This is episode 422, Gomer's favorite things, for December
Blink.
13th, 2024.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 422 of the Two Gomers podcast. This is Anthony speaking, one of those two aforementioned Gomers, coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia, with my friend Steven, all the way out in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Merry Christmas. We are doing something smart this year,
Yep,
which is we're not putting this episode out the day before Christmas like it's been the past 2 years.
right, exactly.
I looked through the schedule and I was like, why do we always do Gomer's favorite things way too late for anybody to do anything about it?
Right. I mean, who's going to buy my favorite concept and saying before
Oh no.
Christmas?
Oh no. I thought we did what's giving us life every week so concepts and sayings don't show up anymore.
No way, dude. There's a
Gomer's favorite
concept.
things.
I have to have a favorite saying that's helped form my year, dude.
I thought that was one words. Buckle up,
Oh,
everybody.
there's gonna be
This is going
one
to be an
words.
interesting episode.
There's gonna be one words, but I've got 2 pages of notes, but it's all categorized.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
dude, I just wanted to mention though at the top,
Yeah,
first of all, I made my Gomer's favorite things list for 2024 in January of 2024.
that was
Remember?
it. This was a Gomer's tip,
Yep.
or maybe a baby step. Who knows?
Yeah.
Those kind of are blurry. Where you
Right.
said, make your Gomer's favorite things list starting in January, right?
Yeah. As like a previs
So not
practice.
only so that you can collect things throughout the year, which
Right.
I have a list like that, you were
Sure.
putting things on it that you didn't own yet.
Yeah. Didn't own, wasn't, be overdue, right?
Yeah, okay.
People, the kind of person I want to be. I mean, and so just spoiler alert,
Mm,
I got some of them done and I bought some of them. We bought some of them, me and Aaron.
mm.
And some of them didn't happen. So I'll talk about that. But also, I already have my Gomer's favorite things 2025 note written, and it's already 2 pages long.
So we're texting yesterday, Nation. And you're telling me my list is a mile long. I did not understand that there were also words, concepts, ideas
Well,
in this list.
I mean, that's just how I roll. And just to top it off, dude, I listened back
Oh,
all
okay.
the way to Gomer's favorite things, season 3
Wow.
of Two Gomers. And dude, I found this. Can I play this?
Oh,
Little,
please.
let me play this clip because I mean,
I love
so
this.
for new listeners and for, people that have joined within the last year or two,
Mm,
people that have cycled in and out,
hmm.
this podcast, wait, is this 15 or 16 years old now?
We're 16 years old, which means we're in our 17th year
Jeez.
of existence.
Okay, so in our third year of existence, and because it was funny, dude, because now that transcribed, like all of our episodes are transcribed,
Hmm.
you can search stuff and it's so awesome.
Okay, let's just start this thing off. That is
Yeah.
a favorite thing from this. Like you can search,
Ooh,
you can read.
favorite podcast thing, not only for our podcast, but for all podcasts.
Sometimes I just like
Totally.
reading. I just like
Oh,
reading the transcript.
dude, man, so like I was trying to find stuff and I'm skipping full 5 minute. I mean, your dad should like this because he always wants us to get to the point, right?
This should be one of my dad's. Like, when do they actually give the Ghostbusters results?
Right. Skip ahead 10 minutes.
Okay,
Um,
so it's 35 minutes into the 40-minute episode. I guess I'll just listen to the last 5 minutes.
right now you will miss a lot of fun stuff along the way.
That I was trying to
Which,
convince him that's
oh,
what people like. Nobody really cares about the results. They just want to hear us talk more. No,
right.
I think that's true.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've said this before, but I mean, the podcast could just be called a lot of fun stuff along the way,
Yeah, we
right?
should maybe rename it that.
I mean, because that's what life is. That's what the Gomers are. We set goals and we do things and we have trellises.
Yeah,
Uh, but mostly it's like enjoying the journey, right?
right.
Fun stuff along the way. Um, but I thought it would be fun to find how this started, dude.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for this.
I woke up with this idea, so I'd spent the morning doing this as well as getting my hair cut, getting my hair did, which you can look at on the
Looks great, everyone.
whatever
Just
you
if
call
you're
it,
not watching,
Patreon.
it looks fine. Well, it looks better than fine.
No, it's fresh, right?
Oh, it's fresh.
Like I finally have a person that when I leave, I don't take a shower immediately and fix it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Oh, wait, let's punt that to later because I want to talk about haircuts more
Okay.
later. But
Okay, good.
he also has a new camera that he's using, and
Oh
so
yeah,
his face is front and center, bro.
it's
Plus
actually
depth of vision, the background, your new pictures that you hung up are a little
ooh
blurry.
yeah. Gomer's favorite things: hang stuff on walls. I'm just checking these off, dude.
It's not.
Yes.
This sounds like a to-do list. So it's now your to-do list, the Gomer's favorite thing list.
Right. Well, yeah. Okay. So we'll
Okay,
get to all that. But
I want to
let
hear
me.
this clip.
Okay, I found this. Check this out.
Mm,
There's going to be a new section for the Christmas season we're calling Gomer's Favorite
some things
Things.
never change.
An idea Anthony had while driving in the car. I can't wait to share the inciting incident about that. We're going to play our new jingle again, just in case people missed it, and Minnie so too. We're going to do a couple new songs to run to, Christmas themed. Listener feedback and a new Monday survey at the end, of course. So stick around. Your food-related comment.
Mm.
We had a lot of those this past week. Might be read live
Thanksgiving
on the air.
stuff.
Yeah.
And of course, a ton of fun stuff along the way. I just want so people can.
Okay, there we go.
Wow, the first instance.
Yeah.
Man, I want to listen to the rest of that.
Yeah, it's season 3,
Mm-hmm.
episode 3.
Okay.
And look, there's the transcribed. Like, look, and I screen recorded the transcribed thing,
Amazing.
and I
Wonderful.
looked it up, and then we had to skip ahead to I think 45 minutes into the episode. Now that though. This is an entire episode, Gomer's favorite things. That was a section.
Yes, we have. It's certainly evolved where I'm sure we came with a couple things each at
Right.
that point.
Yep.
And now Anthony has 2 pages already for next year. And so
It's one of my favorite things, dude.
I
This
was trying to
concept.
convince you, how can we possibly do more than 10 things each on an
Yeah.
episode? Now, we do
Right.
have the full episode. It might be a supersized one. And
Yeah.
you are not having that at all.
Yeah.
You were like,
I was
sorry,
like, bro.
that's impossible for me.
Well, and you had it nice and neat. There were 10 seconds where I was legit mad. So I was like, well, Steven's got his down into categories, top threes, top this, and I was like, and mine is on pages of notes. I'm an idiot.
And you wouldn't believe how many I've cut.
Oh yeah, and right, like editing is all about cutting. Or no,
Yes.
you're from first draft to second draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll tell you the truth. I had a note that's super long, and Aaron and I last night started a fresh note. And I went through it.
I see. This is a full new draft.
Yep, so I have a whole new draft. Okay, now let me tease the audience, dude.
Yes.
I have what my first Gomer's favorite thing was and what the inciting incident was and what yours was.
Oh, okay, great.
Do you
From that episode
remember?
that you just played. I have
Yeah,
no,
do you
no, I
remember
have
what
no
our first-
recollection of this. No.
Okay, I wouldn't have either.
Okay.
So maybe we'll pepper those, and that'll be like a fun thing, like a little Easter egg to look forward to.
Listen, I love this. This is planning ahead. This is
Yeah.
amazing. Okay. Well, I don't want to leave you hanging, the listener
Yep.
hanging. And so we've already previewed the episode. We're going to do Gomer's favorite things. This is obviously different than most episodes that we do on the main feed, but several years back, we were like, we can't deprive the listener of this, our favorite episode of the year, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
so we've been doing this. So you're not going to hear any baby steps or Gomer's tips, even though it sounds like those might be in here somewhere.
Yep.
We won't end with what's giving us life because ostensibly that's what was supposed to be whittling down this list through the year.
Right.
It doesn't sound like it helped, but we're not going to do that. This whole thing is what has been giving us life. How about that?
Oh yeah.
And so, I don't know. Should we head on the core? The core,
Yeah.
Gomer's favorite things. Let's do it.
All right. All right, let's clap. 1, 2, 3, clap.
Clap. 1, 2, 3, clap.
Clap. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Hey, how's it going? Man, it was fun listening to that episode 3 because you guys were so innocent and slap happy.
That's true.
And I just want to be like that again in 2025. Just let's make 45 and 46 the new 25 and 26, not the new 65 and 66, which is a review we got from somebody about our midlife chat. All right.
What it is? I didn't see that one. Are you serious?
Yeah, dude.
Where was that on is that a
Dude, I had a friend of mine that listens, dude.
Oh, it's
This
a
is
friend
not
of
a
yours.
joke.
Okay.
And he said, dude, you guys are making 45 and 46 be the new 65 and 66, where most people are trying to make, middle age be like, oh, I'm still 20.
Mm.
And it was a very interesting review, I thought.
Yeah, I'll have to think on that. I
What
think
he-
I get what he means.
Mm,
I'm you know what? I'm not sure how he meant it, but I'm going to
Yeah.
take it as a compliment. We are advanced in thinking about these things when most people don't think about them at all until it's too late.
sure. I think,
I'm not
What
sure
he-
if that's what he was saying, but
yeah.
I'm going to take
Well,
it that way.
He was saying, you guys are already talking about, like, being old.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're not old, dudes.
Yeah.
So he meant it. No, he meant it like in a totally. It wasn't an insult.
Mm.
But he was.
But it
like,
does sound like a call out to me.
Yeah, maybe.
And so you can pass this on to him. I'm not changing.
I
I
know.
I feel a lot of things about how old I am, and I
Yep.
want to be honest about it, the ways that I feel.
Love
And
it.
I think most people refuse to feel them.
Sure. Oh yeah, I think it was an interesting off the cuff concept though, right?
Yeah,
That I think would
definitely.
be fun to talk about.
Yes, I want to think on that for sure. One thing that we've been doing, I wonder what season this started
Hmm.
when I've brought up the Oprah's favorite things
Yeah.
of the year
Oh.
to
Well,
talk
okay, so-
about as a part of this episode.
Yep, I listened back to last year's, which
We did
this
for
is all
sure.
very unusual for me.
Yeah, I know. This is awesome.
This is usually you, dude.
Love it.
I'm trying to be a great podcaster, so
You're
I
doing
listened
great.
back, and we talked about Oprah's favorite things last year, and you said that she looks great.
Certainly, we've done it for at least, I would say we've done this for at least 10 years. Talked
yeah, I
about
mean-
Oprah's favorite things, and I've looked at what they are and marveled at the prices. And so I just want to, I did
Right.
that again.
Okay, I did
My
not do that.
favorite stuff is the food on
Yeah.
Oprah's favorite things. So there is and I like to have you guess too. There's a
Okay.
pack of 8 Rice Krispie treats.
Mm.
Like, you know what like fancy ones. They're called Mighty Mallow.
Ooh,
They come in a really cool box. How much do you think Oprah would pay for 8 really good Rice Krispie treats?
the mighty mallow.
Yeah. What do you think the price on
Oh,
this is?
man. 8, like I don't know, like $5 each. So what was that? 40?
Okay. $64 for this.
Dang, inflation, man. It should
Now-
be a box of cereal, a package of marshmallows, and a stick of butter. Right? What is
Yes.
that?
What they emulsify together. They make an amazing treat.
So
And
buttery.
what do you think the price on that is? I mean, you're using, I guess it's a box of Rice Krispies, several sticks of butter.
Is it? Okay, I guess I haven't made those in forever.
I think the
Yeah.
more butter you use, the less absolutely stale and crunchy they get. You know what I mean?
Oh, and that butter taste.
Hmm.
Oh
I think
man.
you can make these 8. Now, they are kind of like bespoke. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
There's
sure,
like
sure, sure.
they're different flavors. I bet you
Yeah,
could make these, and I hate it when people do this, but I do think you could make these for $10.
sure.
Now you don't have to make them, and they're Oprah approved.
Mm.
So I'm mocking here, but there is this cream cheese pound cake on here
Ooh.
for $75
Mm.
that if I were a rich man,
Yeah.
I would immediately buy. It looks so good.
Oh,
So
can you
the only
send me
thing
that link, dude? That
Yeah, the
sounds
only thing
so
keeping me
good.
from this is that I don't have the money for it. But if I did, this looks like the best cream cheese pound cake, which I didn't even know existed before I saw this, that I've ever seen.
I feel like the marriage of things is
Mm.
is like it's you don't just have pound cake or cream cheese. Now you have cream cheese pound cake, right? Like,
Doesn't that sound like why didn't I ever think of that
oh
before?
yeah, it sounds amazing, dude.
Mm.
Like, do you want to put your address in the description of this podcast and people can send it your way?
If you're a Patreon, you already have my address. That is a benefit of being a Patreon. You have my address.
That's true.
Okay. My
Yeah,
thought about, and I'm sure this is how we've done Gomer's favorite things, is we just go back and forth.
totally.
Um, maybe a challenge because you have a million and I have 8.
It's okay. I whittled, bro. I
Oh,
whittled. I
awesome.
categorized. I'm trying to be like Steven.
Now, I'm not
So,
saying this is easy. It's really hard and to whittle things down because we
totally.
we love stuff. That sounds worse than I meant it. We
Yeah, no,
find a
we
lot
love,
of joy in things that we have not, neither you or I have given up wonder, right? Like
right?
we're
Yep.
impressed by things. We love excellence. We love beauty. We love
Yep.
things that taste good. Uh,
Love life. We love enjoying things.
yeah. And so when I look back at a year, even for me, where I tried to keep it to actual tangible things, it's hard
Mm,
for me to whittle it down to 8 or 10 things.
right. I mean, absolutely.
There's a lot of
Uh,
fun stuff out there. And we love it.
mm, love it, dude. Love enjoying it.
Yeah.
Joie de vivre, bro.
Yep, for sure. I have one of them right over here. I just need to grab it. That's why I'm not right in the mic.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Yeah, he's off
I
mic,
I
everybody.
have one that I have one that I think we might both have on the list. I'm wondering if maybe I can start with that.
Okay, sure. Go for it.
And we had a unboxing of this episode if you're on the
Right.
Patreon.
Yep.
Um, and saying the word Sonos is not going to surprise anybody. We love Sonos, but
Mm-hmm.
something that we both purchased with help
Mm,
from a listener.
yep.
Um, and I don't know if he wants us to dox him because the other people will be emailing him for codes, but
No, no, no.
a wonderful listener uh who he and his family love us and they give us some 50% off coupons once in a while. Um,
Right.
but they're the Sonos Ace
Mm,
headphones.
yep.
And for me, I've never been a noise canceling guy.
Mm, yep. Mm-hmm. Right.
Um, because it's like it kind of makes me feel like I'm in a cave or other things like that. And also wireless headphones that aren't Apple have always been troublesome to me because they don't connect right or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
No problems with these babies.
Mm,
They not only connect easily to my phone, you can set it up in the app so they connect to multiple devices depending on which one you're close to. You can
right.
switch them. And then there's this really cool function where you just click it and you can hear what's going on around
Mm,
you
yep.
amplified.
Yeah, for sure. Like
Like
you can spy on people's
right, there's
conversations.
mics in it so that you can hear
Right.
what's going on and it's so easy to click back and forth to that have become my go-to airline headphones.
Mm. Oh
A
yeah, and you were
hundred
talking
percent.
recently about there was a baby crying, right?
Mm-hmm. And I said I'll talk about this on the Gomer's favorite things.
Yep.
Of course, I love babies
Mm-hmm.
and feel for the parents, and I'm so nice to them. And so I'm like, ow, that kind of hurts my ears. I'm going to put on these Sonos Aces. And it was this baby disappeared from my life. Um,
Yeah.
so, I mean, when I was thinking about Gomer's favorite things, this was the first one I typed. My Sonos
okay.
Ace headphones.
I'm so glad to hear that because you and I actually haven't even talked about it. I
Right.
didn't know if you liked them. I didn't know if you were kind of like meh.
Last time we talked
Glad
about it,
you
we were
love 'em.
unboxing them. We hadn't even tried them on yet.
Yep. Yep. I absolutely love them too. They're on my list, so I can check that off. One less
Sweet.
thing.
Nice.
But let me just add, I love the case. I
Oh yeah.
love they fold.
They
So
fold
like
great.
some of my favorite things are that they come in a great case. They fold up so that a
Mm-hmm.
lot of headphones like they stay flat and they're
Yep.
just bulky. So these
Yes.
fold up nicely. They're cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're leather. Well, I'm sure they're vegan leather.
Yeah, I mean, and we're recording this on video for
Right.
patrons. And so I would say this case is like it's what, the width of a thick book.
Yep. Thick.
That's a thick book.
That'd be a thick book. But still it's
Maybe
a book.
two thin books. Or maybe one thin and one thick.
Yep, so he's got them there. Oh yeah, see the folding rules.
Yep.
They're cool. The vegan leather or
Very
is
comfortable.
because I feel like sometimes those headphones get really hot.
Hot, or else they press on the top of your head.
Yep, they press, they're
Yeah.
hot, they're claustrophobic.
No issues
Um,
with any of that.
I do have to lint roll the case often because of Indy, and
You
that's
said that.
super annoying. But we love her. She's still a Gomer's favorite things times a million.
But her shedding
But her
on
shedding.
your Sonos
Jeez.
headphones is not
Jeez.
your favorite thing.
And then also I love that they have a plug so that this was the major selling point for me.
Yes.
Is
Okay.
that when you're on an airline, and
Mhm.
most still don't have Bluetooth, and I did
Yeah.
a ton of traveling. I got to, what is my status? Dude, I got to a new status on Delta.
On the airline? Oh, wow.
Dude, I am, what am I, some sort of platinum?
Does that mean you can go in the lounges?
Yeah, I'm gold medallion status, dude.
Whoa.
So, I mean, the next one up is platinum,
Dang.
but gold. So I get free upgrades. I mean, sorry, I'm not. That's totally right. I just traveled a lot. That's my
And
whole
this
point.
guy's got people carrying a trunk around behind
Yeah,
him.
and a lot of it was paid for, dude. But I got to use my card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then get reimbursed. But what I was going to say is, you can plug into if you're watching your in-flight movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the problem with headphones, nice headphones, is you're like, well, I want to watch the movie that's playing on the plane. And Delta especially has lots of cool.
And Delta's, I read this thing about how Delta's fixing this. They're putting Bluetooth in their TVs.
Okay, I've
that you
never
can use
yet
that.
had one.
Me neither. So this is all rumor. I have not seen that in real life. But what you usually need to do is just like get out your dongles.
I know you get your dongle, but so that's the problem with AirPods, right?
Yep, for sure.
Is there's, there might be a way to actually have a Bluetooth dongle.
There are dongles like that. I saw some on some gift lists this year when I was looking stuff up. There are, but pull out some more dongles,
Got
right?
your dongle.
And you never know if it's quite going to work. You want to just plug it in.
Yeah.
Analog, baby.
Oh yeah. Total. And so that's the other cool
what
thing
this
is you
does.
can listen to
Yep.
records.
Yep.
You can listen to your hi-fi, plugged in if you want.
And if you have a Sonos speaker ARC on your TV, you just push a button and you can listen to my upcoming #1 movie on full friggin' blast, and it is a beautiful thing. So that's my first one, Sonos Aces.
Okay, I have yet to do that. Is that fun?
It's amazing.
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
Yep, do that.
Great.
Especially if your family's sleeping and you want to blast that baby. Put those headphones on. It's even better than listening through the air. Forget air.
Okay.
Go right in ear.
Forget air. Get ear.
Okay. All right. So that's my first one. Let's hear your first one. I guess that was a joint one, but
no, yeah.
cool.
So I'll stick with tech. Okay. This was the year of MagSafe
Oh,
iPhone
right.
stuff.
Yep.
So
MagSafe.
you can
Mm-hmm.
see I was on a Zoom call earlier, and I have all of my cameras taped over.
Why is that?
Um, does anybody ever do that? You're afraid that your phone, like the camera's just gonna go on.
During a Zoom call?
Yeah, like okay, see, you're not a part of like big Zoom calls with like 100 people that nobody has their cameras on.
Sure,
Are
I
you?
am. Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
sorry.
I'm on that all the time. You're afraid that if your camera's off on purpose, that somehow
Yes.
your phone will go on
Yes.
and zoom you and connect to your computer
No, no, no. I was on the Zoom call on my
on
phone.
your phone. I got it. I understand now. And so
And
you've
so
taped the camera.
I put gaff tape over all the cameras.
Okay. Listener, I want to know if anybody else, this is the first time I've ever heard of this before. Other
Dude,
people do it though, sounds
this was
like.
a phenomenon during COVID that people were afraid their cameras were going to go live,
Huh.
and you're doing
And some did and they were funny.
yeah, they did. Oh man, we have this video. It's one of the top things I'm sad that got deleted,
Oh.
where Erin was making a video for her class,
Uh-huh.
and I walked straight behind it in my underwear.
Yeah, those were the days.
Those were the days. Anyways, so this was the year for MagSafe, and I got into Krause's car.
Hmm.
I didn't talk about this. I have mentioned
You've
this
mentioned it on the
podcast,
podcast before, the
yeah,
MagSafe thing.
but
Yeah.
where I didn't really realize, and he showed me that the back of your phone has a magnet on it.
Yeah, I think it's 14s and up have this.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that
So if
means
it's an
not for
iPhone, no, I have a
Stevie. I don't
13
have
though.
one. Oh, it's a 13? I have a mini.
I'm sure because Aaron has a 12 mini,
Oh, okay. Maybe it's
and
12 and
it's
up.
but you have to have a MagSafe case
Right. Yep.
where the magnet will go through it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we got those. It's funny. We were on the 2009 Gomer's
Mm.
Favorite Things. We were looking for the best iPhone holder for your car.
Yeah. Yep.
The
You clip it to,
MagSafe.
you clip it to like the
Yeah,
the airflow thing, or like you have to like suction it to things, stuff like that.
yep. We
You
got
probably
one.
still would need to do that with a MagSafe though, right? You have to attach it to your car
Yeah,
somehow.
we got this tiny little one. Krauser recommended it. It goes right into the vent. It's super
The vent, right.
sturdy,
Mm-hmm.
and it charges your phone.
Mm.
And the mag is just so satisfying. It just goes
Yes. Yep.
click.
Mm-hmm.
It charges your phone. It's
And so have you gone
fantastic.
MagSafe with all chargers in your house
Yep.
too?
So all chargers in our house are MagSafe.
Okay.
I got a MagSafe wallet that I click to this.
That's right.
Uh,
Oh, that's why we were talking about it, because it was the extra battery that you were talking about in your top 10,
oh
in
right.
quotes, European tips.
Yep. The MagSafe battery charger. It
Yep.
wirelessly charges your phone. It's super streamlined.
Yeah.
I love this.
So Jessica
Love.
has the MagSafe chargers,
Okay.
but I don't have a case or something, so I just keep putting on those wireless
Okay. We need
pads.
to get Steven a MagSafe case, bro.
I I think I may be mourning something this year, which is the death of my 13 mini.
The mini.
I'm losing, the battery is so bad.
Okay. Dang it.
So once I upgrade and cry because they don't make any minis anymore, and I hate those giant, it's too big. I
know.
love my mini.
I know.
I'm gonna move to MagSafe stuff. So never
know.
fear, nation. I'll get there.
Dang. All right, let me add to the tech. I just love my Apple Pay on my Apple Watch.
Right.
I've said that a million times. Love.
Yes.
Boom.
I know you do. It's like the magic band in the real world.
It's real world magic band. Just buy stuff. It works at Publix now, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even get my phone out anymore.
Can I go tech? This is an
Yep.
app.
Great.
I'll do an app.
Okay.
Now, we had an entire episode about this one too,
Mm-hmm.
but the Streaks app has completely changed my life this year.
Man, I'm so glad to hear that, because remember, we looked it up on an episode live.
Yeah. You
Found it.
turned me on to it.
I know.
We did an episode about which streaks we were gonna do. It was when we did
Yep.
to streak or not to streak.
Yep.
Then we did a partner episode, which streaks will we actually put on the app for
Mhm.
6.2ers. I've been this year kind of like honing that, taking some things off, but there are
Sure.
some that have just stayed on. Um, everyone should buy the Streaks app. You have to pay for it. I think it's $5.99. For me, it has been so worth it. And the reason is because I can streak my runs without having to do them every day. So I
That's
can
awesome.
see that we're at 257 for our rings close. And I also never look at this on Apple anymore. I only look at it on my Streaks app. It's so much easier and it
That's
tells you
great.
right there how much your streak is.
Can you use your watch for it?
Oh
Or
yeah.
do not can you, do you? Sorry.
No. Mostly I'm looking at it on my phone.
Okay.
But it updates automatically through my watch,
Yeah.
right? The
Yep.
steps, my run keeper is all connected to Streaks.
Yep.
And so I can see that we've been doing this for 257 days. That's our
Yeah.
streak so far
Uh-huh.
with closing our rings. And then I can see that my run streak is 140, where
That
that
is
doesn't
so
work
cool.
with Apple because
Right.
every time you miss a streak a day, they only have daily streaks. And
Right.
so I put in 4 runs per week.
Yep.
And so I've got a 140 run streak.
Incredible.
It
That's
is so good. I
awesome.
look at it every day.
Mm.
I record my weight every day. My steps are in here. Streaks app. Do it.
Mm.
Gomer's favorite thing.
Love. That's so great. And I love that I got to be a part of that
Yeah,
in like inception of that idea.
that's right. Yeah, I was dreaming
Yes.
one night. Anthony showed up in my dream. And then somebody kicked me into a bathtub and I woke up and I had my Streaks app on my phone.
That's awesome too.
Yeah. Um, that's pretty much my tech. Unless here, I'll do this is a little sneaky little promo for the Patreon.
Okay.
I have been loving the triathlon episodes, the triathlon specials being released from the Gomer Vault on the Patreon.
Mm. Mm.
You talked about how it's so fun to re-listen to these
Yeah.
Gomer's favorite thing apps. Because these triathlon episodes have never been on the podcast.
Yep.
Why would I have ever listened to them? The
Yep.
specials, I mean. And so,
How would you find them even?
right. So all the Gomer Vault episodes that we release every 5th Friday
Mm-hmm.
onto the Patreon are brand new to me. There's no way I would ever listen to them.
Uh-huh.
I have not listened to them or thought about them since we recorded them.
Mm.
And the swim episode, your daughters have got to listen to us talking about swimming.
Okay.
It is so gold.
Sweet.
And this last one about the bike, you are in rare form. Something about the bike, I say this in the intro, something about bikes brings up so many childhood memories.
Sure. Yeah.
You have so many bangers of
Oh,
memories.
man.
And there are memories I say that I don't even remember the memories of when I was a kid anymore. And so there's this beautiful thing. Having those triathlon eps back out of the Gomer Vault is incredible.
Wow. That's great, dude.
twogomers.com/no, patreon.com/twogomers.
Okay, that's going to help too because we got some stuff coming up. So you're going to want things to listen to.
Yes, definitely. Yep.
Sweet. Nice.
All right. You're next.
Okay, dude. Let me transition over to cooking.
Okay, great.
Ooh, and in light of cooking, let me drop the first Gomer's favorite thing from Stephen Grommen.
Oh, wow. I'm a little
Season
nervous about
3.
this.
Okay.
I was not warned of this, folks. What if this is embarrassing?
No, not at all, dude.
Okay, good. Phew.
I mean, it's not as embarrassing as Lululemon underwear, which the last couple.
Which we talked about probably for 20 minutes last year. And then again on the Europe tour
I
trip.
know.
Tips.
Totally. And
Right.
then also on the Gomer Christmas party too.
Yeah, we can't stop talking about it. Okay, let's listen
Totally.
to this clip.
Okay. Oh no, I don't have a clip. It's
Oh.
just it was I didn't record it. I
Oh,
could,
no problem.
just everybody go back and listen. It's fun. Season 3, episode
I'm gonna
3.
definitely. And it's Christmassy, I'm assuming.
Yeah, man. I'm so glad we've been doing this for so long because I mean, it made me like maybe one of the most important things that happened in the last few years was the big episode when I
Mm.
realized how far from my youthful exuberance and freedom of life I had gone.
Yeah.
And so listening to these, I'm just like, I don't know. I know we
Mm.
had the stresses of life. We were in our 30s. We had a bunch of stuff going on, but somehow.
Yeah. Yep. I know it.
Okay. Anyways, listen to those. They're really fun. Your
Uh-huh.
first Gomer's favorite thing, and then we'll do mine later, was your rice cooker
Oh, yeah. That's right.
and
I mean,
steamer, which
and
broke, right?
yeah, it broke, and then I couldn't find it again in memoriam. We're gonna get back to that too. There's a couple favorite things I have that are gone forever that are
Oh.
so sad. But this one, rice cooker, we talked about this in the small appliances. The Instant Pot has taken its place in a really wonderful
Right.
way. But oh man, I'm not surprised. I remember loving that.
Yeah, it had that clear basket, and you could
Yep.
steam vegetables.
Good steam. We always steamed green beans in that thing. Yum.
Dang.
Wow. R.I.P. to the
R.I.P.,
rice
dude.
cooker. Black and Decker it was, I think.
Yep, totally. I remember.
Oh wow. I can't wait to hear yours. Was it also food related?
Nope.
Okay, then let's hold off on it if we're gonna go food at this point.
It was vehicle related.
Okay,
Are we going to
great.
get to vehicles ever?
It wasn't that one year where all of your favorite things were leaf related.
Right.
I
Nope.
remember that very clearly. It was not, I mean, those were the days when we actually had themes.
Yeah, totally. That was so
That's
amazing.
awesome. Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, cooking related. Two
Mm.
things. One, Aaron and I watched this. It wasn't a documentary, but it was like a movie, like a what is it called when it's something that happened, but they acted out?
Mm. Yeah, like a reenactment, sure.
Yeah, like I mean, it's
Or a faux documentary, like a
yeah. I
a
mean, there was one.
biopic.
No, there was one on OxyContin starring Matthew Broderick.
Okay. I don't know
And
that
then
one.
there was one on like Teflon,
Uh-huh.
and I can't remember who it was. Anyways,
Like about how Teflon's bad?
yeah, how
Okay.
it's like when they first invented it, they kind of glazed over the fact that it made tons of people like, dude, please just watch the documentary. I'm not saying Teflon's bad. I'm not going to say that on the podcast.
All right.
But if future Anthony can come in and say what that was, that'd be really cool.
Okay.
But we were like, it was like as soon as your Teflon gets too scratched up, you're
Mhm.
just leaching chemicals into your food.
Sure. Yep.
And we were like, we have the same pans from when we got married.
Okay. Wow.
And
Yep.
they are scratched AFR.
Yep.
Frick.
Mhm. Like the non-stick surfaces of these pans are
Yep.
scratched AF.
Yep. And
Okay.
also don't work. Like
Everything sticks.
it's stick, right? It sucks.
Yep. Yeah.
So no joke, Aaron went downstairs from watching that movie and
Uh-huh.
threw all our pans away
Yeah.
into the dumpster immediately.
A woman of action is she.
She is. I mean, when we watched Super Size Me, when we watched Forks Over Knives, when we
I was just gonna say, this reminds me of a Super Size Me moment.
Yep. I mean,
Epiphany.
we're ditching microplastics, we're ditching
Mhm.
ultra processed stuff. Like that would be another maybe favorite thing for the year.
Mm.
But so I have been determined. Like I love our cast iron pan, but it sucks. It sticks.
Mhm.
It's kind of sucky.
Mm.
So I was just searching. I went on YouTube and I was like, how do you actually season a cast iron pan?
Great. Yep.
Because I want to be a cast iron pan guy.
Of course. Yeah, that is one of those things where you're like, wouldn't it be cool if I was a cast iron guy?
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Just have all cast iron.
Uh-huh.
And they're old. They can be 100 years old. And I was like,
Right.
mine's 20 years old. And I put an egg in it. And it's like, I have to like use a pressure washer to get it out.
Yeah, and it's not like they're making these, there's not been like a lot of technological advances in cast iron pots,
Right.
like pans, like they're all the same. It's just how you treat it, right? How you
Uh-huh.
season it, like you're saying, is whether or not it works right.
Right. Well, and like I've started following this guy on Instagram, like who restores cast iron, like old stuff.
That sounds awesome.
or like sharpening knives. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so dude, I treated our pans like I did this one thing where like you take a potato, you
Mm.
cut it in half, you
Yes,
put
I've heard
salt
of
on it,
this.
and then
Yep.
just scratch because it had
Mhm.
rust.
Yeah. Yep. You got to get
You know what I
that
mean?
rust off. Yep.
Yep, had to get the rust off. I scrubbed it, I scraped it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I actually washed it. They're like
Okay.
water isn't bad
Right. Yep.
for cast iron. Also, there was this other group that was like basically big Teflon, like basically had a smear campaign against cast iron. Said you can never wash them, that you can never let
They
them
make it a
touch.
lot harder than it has to be, right? So you stick with your Teflon.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Also stainless steel rules too. So we got some stainless steel pans, and I
Okay.
have a trick for that.
I mean,
do
you
that
had to replace them with
We
something.
had to
Aaron
replace
threw
our
everything
I
away.
know. So anyways, the secret is preheating
Yeah.
for stainless steel.
Mm-hmm.
Preheat.
Mm.
And then you got to use some oil.
You got to
But
oil
if
that thing up.
but if you do the test where water like beads up,
Mm-hmm.
it works. I'm sure people will see it in their algorithm even now, just me speaking about it.
Of course. Gomer's Favorite Things is a great episode to listen to if you want all these things to show up in your Instagram immediately in ads.
Exactly. But
And
watch
so it
for the
will.
beating test of preheating stainless steel. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
Okay, so anyways, I took this cast iron pan, did the potato thing,
Mm-hmm.
scrubbed it. I actually pressure washed it with my pressure washer.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Because it was outside truthfully, I had left it outside.
Hmm.
Like it
Because you
was
had cooked
rusty.
something outside and then you
No,
left it outside.
yeah.
I guess that'll rust it.
That's how little I used it because I did use it in the grill
Uh-huh.
and
Yep.
then I left it outside and it got rained on. Anyways, so I literally took a rusted stainless steel, did
Mm.
all this stuff, and then the way we did it was like rubbed it in Crisco.
Mm-hmm.
But you can rub it in any sort of like just look it up on YouTube.
Any oil, yeah. We'll use vegetable oil on a paper towel and just
Yep.
rub it all around. Yep.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
But we did Crisco.
Yeah, I hadn't
we've
thought of
also
that, but
done
that's a great idea.
vegetable oil. You can do
Mhm.
high smoke point oils
Yep.
and all sides, and then put it in the oven at like 400 for like an hour
Yep.
with something underneath to catch it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it takes just a little bit of love.
Mm.
But dude, preheat that cast iron pan. You can fry eggs.
Yeah.
It's the best.
I love this.
I
Makes me want to take better care of my cast iron.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome, dude.
So, anyways, that was a long way to say
I love
cast
that
iron
it's not
pans.
I love that's not a new thing. You took an old thing and you made it new.
It was old. We got it 21 years ago.
Yeah.
I found it rusty outside, treated it, took care of it, and now it just rests waiting to be used.
That's amazing.
It's
I mean,
so
Erin did
happy.
throw away everything else.
I know she did. So we also got some stainless steel pans. Like we got a new stock pot. We got some new saucepans.
Yeah.
We got a new frying pan.
Yep. After 20 years, you can buy that stuff new.
Yep. And
That's
Gomer's
great.
favorite thing, Aaron wants a Le Creuset.
What's
or
that?
Le Creuset, like Dutch oven.
Oh, okay.
Um,
A special
which-
Dutch oven?
Yeah, we've had one for the last 20 years. It was Martha Stewart brand from Macy's that we got on super sale. And finally, the enamel is completely chipping off.
Mhm. I'm looking at these. What color would you get?
Well, there's the classic, like red.
Yeah, I'm looking at that, but there's this nice, like mustard colored one I'm looking at.
There's a lot of, dude, the
Ooh,
colors
that
have
looks
gotten
nice.
cool.
Yeah, now they're pricey, but it's something you would use for the rest of your life if you took care of it well.
Oh, I mean, picture that. You make soup in that for the next 50 years.
You should get it for her for Christmas, 100%, bro.
Well, she's become a podcast listener, so I can't tell
Never
you
mind.
whether or not. It might be under the tree currently.
I mean, it's like a pot-shaped, super heavy
Yeah.
present. What could it be?
It's like 14 pounds, but it's cast iron and then
Yeah.
enamel.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Anyways, so there you go. Bonus tip: I got a ground beef smasher.
Right. You texted me about this.
And then
You're talking about you smash it to ground or what? Like, what do you mean a ground beef
no,
smasher?
It looks like it looks kind of like, dang it, what does it look like? So have you ever seen like a potato masher?
Yeah, yep,
I'm sure you have one of those.
yeah.
So that's how we used to do the ground beef, and it get all clumpy in there. And so then I just use a spatula.
Oh, you're talking
But
about you're cooking ground beef with this smasher.
yeah. So you've got your ground
You're
beef.
not grinding, you're not making ground beef.
No, but
Misunderstood your text.
pre-viz 2025 Gomer's favorite things. We're gonna be grinding our own meat.
Are you gonna use that thing that attaches to the
Yeah.
mixer?
Yeah, the
Okay.
KitchenAid.
I mean, that's something we have and never use.
You have a meat grinder for your KitchenAid?
Yeah,
Dude,
but I've
I
used it like
want one.
once in my life.
I would love to buy meat and know
No,
exactly what's in your ground meat.
yeah, that sounds great. Okay, put it on the list for
Put it
next
on the
year. It
list for
sounds like it already
2025.
is.
Yeah. And then also I got some grill gloves that are this is actually what I used for seasoning
Mm,
the pan, like to take that seasoned pan out.
yeah.
I got these incredible grill gloves that you can pick stuff up to like 800 degrees.
I never thought of that. Grill gloves. That sounds great. Can you send me the link to that at some point?
Sure.
Okay, great.
Done.
Okay. Oh, I'm looking at them. They look great. They look like gloves.
They're just gloves, but like as I've been doing more smoking and grilling,
Hmm.
now you could pick up a burning log
Wow, and I
or
would want
like
to.
I know. Or well, sometimes when you're doing the grill and you need to take the grates off or you need to
Yeah, of
switch
course.
things
That's
around,
exactly what I'm thinking about. Or yeah,
yeah.
adjust that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, great. The one thing I have food related is something that I have had for a long time, similar to the meat grinder.
Okay.
You reminded me of,
Mm.
and it has altered the course of my life. And that
Sweet.
is in the Vitamix, that pusher downer thing.
Oh yeah. Is it the tamper,
The tamper,
I think?
for some reason, when we moved, one of our moves, I don't remember, it just kind of got shoved into the back. And so I
Mm.
was like, I don't really need that thing. I'll just use a wooden spoon,
Right.
which is a terrible idea because so what the tamper does is like if there's bubbles and stuff in whatever you're blending in the Vitamix,
Yep.
it takes the bubbles out, right? And so I was using a wooden spoon. It happens all the time. And so I'm using a wooden
Right.
spoon. Then I'll hit the blades and there'll be all splinters in my smoothie.
Yummy.
The tamper is the exact right length so it doesn't do that. And I'm just making smoothies like blah, 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 like butter churning.
Right.
And it was this moment where I was like so thankful for you. So thankful that we had that conversation and recorded that up because I was like, now I'm gonna make smoothies twice as many times because it's half as annoying.
Yep. And you already had it.
I already had it. It's the beauty of a Gomer's favorite thing when you already have it.
I love that, dude. I
But I mean,
love that for you.
I love that for you. Just like your pictures that are hanging up on the wall, you had them
I
for
know.
years and years,
Remember?
and now I can see them.
You were like, I was like, man, we got to decorate our walls. You were like, what about all that stuff that's sitting on the ground?
Was this in a Gomer's favorite thing episode
I'm
2?
sure, dude.
Yeah, because I think it was last year you were talking about the new artwork you had gotten, the Wonderful Life poster and things like that,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. Yep.
And then you were bemoaning the fact that your office wasn't decorated. And I was like, bruh, I see behind you those things leaning up against the wall on the ground.
Oh, and
This
I
is
have
this is
your
one of my Gomer's favorite things is seeing, yeah, those 2 gifts that I gave you hanging up there.
yep, yep.
Love. Great.
I got something that should be to your house by the Christmas party
Okay.
that I hope I'm so excited about it.
Oh, great.
And
Love
I'm
it.
hoping it for your wall.
Okay. Woo, I love it. I have some uh fashion stuff.
Ooh, I have a fashion one. Okay,
Okay.
let's do it.
So vain.
Hmm.
But I did tease this, and so I want to make sure I had a big fashion uh conversion this year.
Oh, okay.
Um Now just something interesting is that I'm hardly on Instagram at all anymore. Virtue signal much.
Uh-huh.
Um but when I do go on Instagram, I go on the Gomers Instagram, and the
Yeah,
algorithm is so different on our Gomers Instagram than on my
it
own.
is.
And
Totally.
one of the main things is fashion stuff shows up.
Huh.
So like like I'll watch reels I'll go there to watch reels of guys saying what you should be wearing. Now, I'm
I
assuming that's because
love
you love
those.
that kind of thing.
You're right. I love those. I'm also wondering, okay, mm, so we also have our wonderful social media
Hmm.
maestro, and then we had our social media guru.
Yeah.
And I think both Lindsay and Annie, who we love you both and you're both listening, I think they also influenced that.
Oh man, when Annie was our
Yep.
social media guru,
Yep.
we were getting all sorts of baby stuff,
I know it's baby stuff.
all
Totally.
baby stuff all the time,
Yep. Right.
which I loved actually. Now,
Totally.
now I think it's become more yours and mine, right? I'm not sure that Lindsay like
Well,
uses it besides
yeah.
when we say, "Oh, can you post this for us?"
Yeah, but
Um,
I think I'm sure it's on her phone
and
and
at some points, it's been linked to her Facebook account. So when she
right.
posts things on Two Gomers, her
Right.
mom's like, "What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why are you posting this?" Um,
Yep.
so I would say, so this it came at like this perfect storm moment where my t-shirts have been wearing out.
Mm.
Been
Hmm.
3 or 4 years. I go through this cycle. It's like, when cicadas all of a sudden erupt every 7 years. It's like that, me and
Yep.
t-shirts.
Okay.
Um, all of a sudden, all my t-shirts have worn out. So I need to buy new t-shirts. And I'm watching these videos and they're all like, t-shirts have changed.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep.
Heavyweight. The
Hmm.
thing now is heavyweight. So I
Yep.
was like, looking at this and I was like, yep, they're right. The age of the kind of fitted thin t-shirt is done for me at least.
Mm. Hmm.
And so then I'm following these links these guys are giving me and it's like 50, 60, $70 per heavyweight t-shirt.
Oh geez. No, no, no.
But then I'm looking closer and I think I have this epiphany. It's kind of like
Mm.
Teflon's bad. I'm going to throw everything away epiphany. I'm
Yep.
looking at these things and I'm like, they're just wearing beefy tees.
Just wearing beefy. Okay. Like Hanes or whatever.
So ever since the summer, I have been going straight up $4.99 beefy tees. I'm wearing
Wow.
one right now. The
Looks
fit
great.
is way better. Nation, I
What
have
is that
gotten
on your shirt?
more compliments. I don't know what this is on my shirt. I've gotten more compliments about the fit of these t-shirts than I've
Are you
ever gotten on
serious?
any t-shirt before in my life. Do not spend $70 on a heavyweight t-shirt. Go to Walmart
Uh-huh.
and buy neutral Hanes beefy tees. Tear off the label because they're itchy.
Oh yeah, yuck.
But can you believe this? We used to make so much fun of the beef.
Yep. Totally.
And now I'm fully in to heavyweight Hanes beefy tees.
Wow.
High up on my Gomer's favorite things this year.
Wow. They're soft enough?
Oh yeah,
Okay, good. Because
feel great.
that I don't care about anything more than they're soft enough.
They are not as soft as thin comfort fitted t-shirts.
Right. But
Definitely not.
they're
You are downgrading in comfort, I would say.
okay. But not too far like because Aaron and I talk about this with race shirts all the time.
Oh
Like
yeah.
like when you go to do your packet pickup
Yep.
and you touch the shirt, you're like, actually, I don't need that.
Right, exactly.
I will never wear
Almost
that.
no swag race
Right.
t-shirts will I ever wear. I just don't like that particular fabric that they use.
Yeah.
Um, so, but it's not like, I mean, I don't know. I don't think about the beefy. They must
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
some beefy technology has emerged over the past 20 years since we stopped wearing beefy tees last.
Yep.
But this is a cheap one, folks. You
Yuck.
can get like packs of like $8, three for $8 beefy tees.
Dang.
And so this I'll probably change again in 4 years, but at this point, this is my new t-shirt revolution. And when I see those guys talking about heavyweight t-shirts, I scoff and say they're wearing $70 t-shirts and they don't know what they're
Mm,
missing.
dude. From what the locusts have eaten, right? You've gotten these new shirts.
Exactly. Yeah. Um,
That's awesome.
I have one more fashion thing, but I don't know if you
Oh yeah, do it. Do it, and then I'll throw mine in.
I have finally, after 47 years, almost 47 years of my life,
Yep.
found a hairstylist that I can call my own.
Oh, wow.
I am no longer, and this is from the fact that I had super long hair at this time last year. I got it cut in a fury in March because I was so annoyed, and it was a bad haircut at Sports Clips.
Oh, is that the mushroom one you got or whatever?
No, it wasn't that bad. But I've gotten very bad haircuts in the past. But it was like uneven, choppy. And so,
Yeah.
I took a risk and I went to a friend,
Oh,
my
okay.
friend Christy, who has her own hairstyling business called the Little Hair Salon in Flagstaff.
Mm.
Christy Reed, shout out. And she gave me the best haircut I've ever gotten in my life. And I said to
Nice.
her, I am never going to move. And you can't move either
Right.
because we have connected over this.
I
Um,
love
and
that.
so for the first time in my life, I'm not just going to a place, I'm going to a person.
Mm.
And uh, she's awesome. Jessica's now started going to her.
Oh,
She's
that's great.
she's a great friend and she makes great conversation, important in a hairstylist.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Um, she's fast, reasonably priced.
Mm.
And so this is a big deal for me. That I actually have a person cutting my hair that I'm going to go back to.
Does she blow dry?
She washes,
Yep.
she blow dries, she
Mm.
styles. If you want,
Yep.
she colors.
Sure. Yep.
So,
That's great.
really loving it. And, you know, if you want to feel good, you got to look good. This also can't remember this year we did the Should I Dye My Beard Gray episode.
Yep.
And one of the comments was, don't dye the beard, just style it better. Just make sure you're cutting it well.
Yep. Trim it up.
And I was like, okay. So it's been a big change in my life and I've really been enjoying it. Gomer's favorite thing,
Yeah.
fashion.
I thought your hair's been looking fantastic, dude.
Thank you, Christy.
That's all, Christy. And you're keeping it up in between.
That's right. Exactly.
Awesome.
Yep.
Love it.
All
Yeah,
right.
I've had Brittany now for I'm turning my camera because the bead of light is starting to come in.
Uh-oh.
For oh man, I want to say 18 months, I
Okay.
think. And I love her.
Mm.
She's awesome. I just got to give a shout out to Brittany. She
Hey,
rocks.
Brittany.
We also make great convo
Yeah.
and we always laugh a lot. So
Yep. It's important.
awesome.
All right.
Okay, I got a fashion one. So this year I got what I'd like to call actually a friend of mine. She's like, "Oh, you wear potato shoes."
Oh, I see.
So
Yeah. It's like a slip-on Birkenstock.
they're my slip-on suede
Mm.
Birkenstocks,
Yeah. He just held it
and
up to the camera. That's why I know, folks.
they're clogs.
Okay. Yep.
And man, they probably started showing up in my Instagram feed a couple years ago. Same
Yeah.
dudes, right?
Same guys.
Same guy with the beefy tee.
He's probably
And
saying now that they're out of style, right?
probably. I
Yeah.
don't think so though.
Okay.
Uh, they're still cool, but I literally don't care. Wait, that was so dumb. Sorry. But I don't care.
Yeah.
They
Right.
are like Christy, okay? Like I'm never wearing anything else again. Like you're never going to anybody else again,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like um now I've been a Birkenstock guy
Mm-hmm.
since 1992 or 3.
Okay. Yep.
I love my Birkenstocks.
Mm.
That cork, the way it forms to your feet.
Yeah.
But
I've never owned a pair, but I know you love them, and so I love that for you.
I love that for you. But these you can wear with socks.
Right? Which is very stylish. What do those guys say about that? Birkenstocks and socks.
Bro,
Don't care.
okay. Gen A and Gen Z
Yeah.
has declared that you never wear anything without socks.
And I've been a proponent of that for my whole life. I don't
Yep.
like my feet on a shoe.
Nope.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Get
what do you want to
real.
be all gritty and sandy and sweaty?
Ugh.
Yuck.
Ugh.
So, bro, Birkenstock clogs. I'm gonna
Okay.
get another pair. I'm gonna get a brown patina leather pair.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait.
Love.
These are the best shoes I've ever had. And
Amazing.
I got lots of compliments. Even one of my students, who's total Gen Z, went and bought them
Wow.
because he
You
loved
did
them
it.
so much.
Your legacy.
And Lily, but Legacy and Lily also bought some too.
There you go. Pass
So
it on.
I think Aaron's gonna get them too.
Wow. I have one more big one,
Okay, I have one more big one, and then two experiences and a saying.
and then I have my movies and books list.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, good. I don't have that, so
Okay, great. My big one is our new bathroom. I've talked about it before.
yep.
For so many reasons, we've been able to move out of the retreat space and host people there now that we have an actual bathroom and bedroom elsewhere in the
Yep.
house, and we have been. The big news is that we may be having a home birth in our retreat space in the next couple weeks.
Wow.
Hopefully during a podcast record is my hope because we share a wall.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
great.
uh, but we, with our own two hands and our contractor, we we extended our bathroom into our walk-in closet. We made two small bedrooms into one big one. Um, Worked for 4 months, 5 months on this, and it has been incredible to have
Mm,
an actual bathroom that both of us can fit into with two sinks, have a
yep.
bedroom that feels spacious, and then the biggest benefit is to be able to open up this space that we got the house for in the first place. So
That's so great.
it's just brought us so much joy. It's been both of our favorite thing. When anybody asks what our favorite thing has been from this past year, we're going there. So
Mm,
that's
that's
it.
awesome. That's so good, dude. Let me tag onto that. So you did bedroom, bathroom,
Hmm.
bathroom, bedroom. Um, okay. Gomer's favorite thing last year for you was your new bed.
I've been waiting for this. Oh, I've been waiting on pins and needles for
Yep.
this.
This is probably the biggest one other than some travel that I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
So our bed sucked.
Yep.
And I was, so like, I'll just deal with it. I just have horrible back and neck pain all the time. But when Aaron started having
Yeah,
back and neck pain,
that's it.
I was literally like, screw this, we're going to Mattress Firm.
Hmm.
Because I was like, no mattress is messing with my lady.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, you nosy little pervert. Um, so I was like, that's not, because I hated that she was starting to hurt.
Yeah,
I was
definitely.
like, screw that crap. So we went to Mattress Firm,
Hmm.
and I talked to the dude, and he had us lay on different beds.
Yep.
And bro,
We did the same thing. I
yep, yep,
love going there and just laying on
I know,
beds.
totally, dude. We spent like an hour there. We're like, okay,
Hmm.
is that comfortable to you? I mean, I think so. I don't
Hmm.
know.
Yeah.
Um, and bro, you were right on. Firm is where
Firm
it's at.
but soft. Did you get firm but soft?
Yep, we did exactly what you said.
Mm.
Which I'll tell you the truth, I didn't remember you said that until I listened back to the episode today.
Yep.
But firm is what's up.
You don't want what's the I mean, so it's not soft. They call it something else that's not firm, but like
Plush or
plush. Yeah, I think you're right. Yep. So
yeah,
when I said firm but soft, what I meant is that it doesn't like bow down like a hammock.
yeah, like that's what our last one did. It's like you sleep like the letter U. It's like,
Right.
"Dude."
And God forbid you're on your stomach
Oh,
when that's
which
happening,
so
which I
that
am a
makes
lot.
I know, me too. I am a stomach sleeper. I can't sleep on my back. So,
So you want that
uh,
bed to stay level, right? And so it needs to be
duh,
firm.
it's
Right.
got to be holding you
But
all
then
night.
you can buy one with like a pillow top on top so that like it's soft.
Totally.
Mm,
Yeah, so we just got a pillow top like mattress cover from Target
yeah. Uh-huh.
that totally rocks.
Yep.
And we got the firm mattress. And okay, are you ready though? I got one more thing to add to it.
Oh yeah, please add
Okay, so
away.
we're laying in this bad boy at the
Uh-huh.
store, and
Yeah.
then the guy was like, "Here, try this," and he gives you a remote control.
Is this vibrating?
Oh no, 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 no!
Oh man, what a bummer. You got my
Get out of
hopes
here,
up.
you nosy little
Get out of here,
pervert!
you nosy little perv.
No, dude.
What does the remote do? Oh, is it
Um,
heat and cool?
no, it's not heat and cool. It's what is it called? I looked it up. It is an adjustable bed frame.
Gotcha. It will
So
so like you can read and stuff like
yeah, so he's
it'll
like, push that button, and you push this button, it goes to what he calls zero gravity,
ugh,
and it raises your back and then it raises your feet.
Yes, we looked at these. I'm so jealous.
I like I,
Wow.
I think that part was like $1,500,
I know it. Yeah.
but I was like, I love this.
For you.
I don't love this. I freaking love this. And because one of my problems was, if I laid in bed and like watched a show or read a
Uh-huh.
book,
Yeah.
then I would have the Jimmy legs, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I was sitting
Raise those
and
jimmies up.
dude, raise those jimmies for circulation. I mean, I can't even tell you, bro. Like now watching a movie in an
Mm.
adjustable bed with your feet up.
Speaking of 66-year-olds.
I know, speaking, that's what Aaron feels because it goes like, like
Yeah.
super slow. And then when you're done for the night, you just press the like even button and then it
Yeah.
goes.
This is like, I'm sorry, Dad, if this offends you. This is like my grandpa's deathbed you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like this, when we had my grandpa living with us before he died, he would have that bed, right?
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
but when he showed it to us in Mattress Firm,
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, what a dream it would be. I'm so glad you got it. I am celebrating
Yeah.
with those who celebrate.
Oh, dude, thanks, man.
Yeah, that's great.
It truly, it's our favorite thing.
Mm.
Um, so, and let me just add, Erin said her favorite thing that she got this year is flannel sheets.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's been in the 20s and 30s here
Mm.
in Atlanta.
That's some warm
She's like,
stuff.
please
Those
put on
flannel
the,
sheets.
yeah. So that,
That's awesome.
and the girls love it. They go in there. That's where they want to watch shows now.
Wow. And I mean,
So,
that's worth the price of admission.
yep.
Um, Amazing. I'm so happy because I remember you putting that on your list last year. And so this is making me very happy.
Yeah, dude. That was, I mean, it was worth the, no, it wasn't worth the pain of like 5 to 10 years. That's
Right.
not
Yeah,
true.
no.
But
But
it's like,
but you
yeah,
really notice it when you make that change. That's amazing.
yeah, dude. Top.
Let me do a sadder thing. In memoriam, Gomer's favorite thing. Let me show you what is no longer available. You
Okay, so
sent
you
me
got it
this.
though. That's the
I
one I
got
sent you.
this in the mail from you. It's the plus size clear journal,
Yep.
discontinued.
Really?
They are not making the plus size anymore. So my issue now is that I can't go to the smaller size. There's no way.
It's tiny.
And
Which is
so
why I like it because I can keep it in my bassoon case.
yeah, so my 2025 Gomer's favorite pre-list is I have to go to a new brand
Yeah, dang.
because I need this bigger size. So RIP Clear Habit Journal for me. The end of an era.
Dang.
I just need the size. I'm addicted to the size.
Yeah.
So if
So,
you're out there, Baron Fig or whatever company, Baron Fig that makes this,
yep.
the nation, it's like I heard a million people screaming and suddenly silenced. That's what it feels like right now. I need the
man.
plus size back.
Okay. I
Plus
mean,
size
there are
model.
other dotted journals. There's
Yes.
plenty of versions.
There's tons of them. I just need now I need to like buy them
Yeah.
and try them out. Now, you know, one of my spiritual gifts is returning things to Amazon, so I'm not that worried.
Right.
But it's on my list for next year. I'm naming it and claiming it that I will find the journal that I need.
Okay.
Not the journal I want, but the journal I need.
Totally. If this is a need,
Yes,
this
definitely.
is a need. It organizes your life.
Yep.
And so are you going to leave that one wrapped?
No,
Or
I'm
are you
using
gonna
it.
like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, are you going to save it for like,
I thought about it.
Biennial?
It is still wrapped like you saw,
yeah.
but I'm going to. A journal doesn't do you any good unless you use it. So I love this journal. I'm going to use it.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Sweet. Dude.
All I have left is my movies and books. Did you have you had a couple other things, right? Well, we can
Okay.
stagger them. Well, I want to hear what your first one was.
Oh, great idea. Okay, the inciting incident for Gomer's favorite things was I was driving around
Uh-huh.
St. Petersburg, Florida in the pouring rain,
Uh-huh.
and I was loving my Rain-X
Oh yeah.
and my Rain-X
Oh my
windshield
gosh,
wipers.
Rain-X. And I mean, I still use it.
Yep.
All these years later, it's still a favorite thing.
It was like we were like up to 30 miles an hour. You don't even have to use
Hmm. Yeah.
your
When
windshield
applied
wipers.
correctly. It's like
Right.
seasoning your
Yeah.
cast iron pot,
Yeah.
but your windshield.
Could you use it on your, although that would be then horrible chemicals and microplastics, probably.
Or you could just use Crisco on your windshield. I
I
wonder
mean,
if that would work. Bake it.
dude, taking a brick or Crisco with a rubber glove and just rubbing it all over your cast iron skillet is
Mm,
so satisfying.
I
And then
gotta
watching
do
it
it.
melt.
Yeah.
Oh, yum.
Beautiful. Well, that's funny. Rain-X.
Totally.
Because
Okay,
I
so
still use it.
Rain-X was the OG.
Okay. Love it.
Okay, so we talked bed, we talked cast iron. I really winnowed, bro. I'm proud of this.
Great job.
Um, let's go deep real quick.
Okay.
This year, and then I want to talk about some traveling stuff, and you can talk about books and movies.
Okay.
This year was a big one. I had a big audition,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't quite pan out the way
Mm-hmm.
that we had hoped.
Mm-hmm.
But so there's a ton to unpack in there.
And we
I
can in
mean,
the one word episode, I would think. That's usually where we
yeah,
do. Yeah.
yeah. But I still have my great job. It's totally amazing. We're
Mm-hmm.
loving all that stuff. But kind of like this phrase that came to me was that I lost the audition, but we got our life back.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was doing kind of like an interim position for a couple of years that was super fun. I was principal bassoon of the Atlanta Symphony. I'm already the tenured associate principal. And it was fun for a couple years to be principal.
Mm-hmm.
And it was down to two of us, from many.
Yeah.
And
In the audition, you mean?
Yep, in the
Mhm.
audition. And I ended up not getting the position.
Mhm.
But it's nice because we're kind of like getting back to normal and getting back to the reason we came to Atlanta,
Mm.
in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say that's over time becoming one of our favorite things.
Amazing. That's what I was
So,
hoping for.
yeah,
I mean, it was terrible. Just so you
it
know,
was
it
rough.
was
It was
terrible.
hard.
But what I've been praying for is that something would be redeemed
Hmm.
through it, and it's what it sounds like you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much redemption all around it. And it was a huge boost of confidence to do that for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
We'll someday in the anxiety episodes unpack some of that.
Yeah.
But the fact that I got to do what I got to do for the last couple of years and thrive through it is like literally a miracle.
Amazing.
And so I'm super thankful. I feel like had all that not happened, like God used all that for good in my life.
Yep.
All the positives, all the negatives, the ups and the downs, the journey.
Mm-hmm.
But we just feel on the other side of it, we're so glad that we got our life back
Yeah. That's awesome.
and better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do. I mean, and I know what you mean because you send me texts and I celebrate every time you send me one where I'm like, he's living his life better. It's amazing.
Dude, it's fun. It's like, it's weird. It's like you climb a mountain and then you come down from the mountain
Uh-huh.
and you're like, live differently.
Yeah. That's great.
So that was awesome. Secondly, kind of in the midst of that, and we call this kind of like a God wink. Okay, it's kind of a Louis thing, but it's like
Okay.
the idea that, it didn't work out. And then literally a couple days later, the Cleveland Orchestra called and they were like, we have some subbing opportunities for you to come be a guest again.
Yeah. And one of them is a European tour.
Yeah, and one of them is a European tour. And we talked about that on the episode of
Yep.
top travel tips, but
Mhm.
that was absolutely insanely amazing
Mm-hmm.
to be able to travel the world
Yeah.
with one of the greatest orchestras on planet Earth.
Uh-huh.
Just awesome.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like it just felt great
Mm-hmm.
to be able to
Amazing.
do that.
Yeah.
Could unpack that forever, but let me just leave it at that. That trip was a Gomer's favorite thing.
Mm.
again, times like a million.
Yeah.
Once in a lifetime, man. It was so awesome.
Yeah. It sounded awesome. I should have hidden out in that trunk of yours.
Yeah, you should have. Um,
Gone with you.
let me do two other bonus travels, and then I'm pretty much done.
Why don't I do
Oh, okay.
books and then you can do bonus travels and I'll end with movies.
Okay, perfect.
Is that cool? Okay,
I love
so
it.
you'll hear a little bit of a different feeling that I feel when I get to movies, but I had a great year of reading.
Mm.
And so this was the most difficult whittling thing I had to do, was to whittle down to my top 3 books of the year. So I'm actually thinking I might just record half an hour of me talking about the other 10 that I love and post it to the Patreon.
Cool.
I've never done that. Usually what I do,
Sounds fun.
listener, is I take a picture of all my favorite books and I post it on my Instagram. I will repost that on the Gomers Instagram so you can see it as well.
Mhm.
Part of why I had such a great year of reading was because I set this rule for myself that I talked about on the podcast and baby steps at the beginning of the year, that if I'm not into a book and I'm 20% in, no matter what, even if it's the top Booker Prize book, even if everyone says it's amazing, even if I bought the book for a lot of money, I put it aside. I don't have time for
Wow.
that. And I
Do you
go
do the
on to
same with
some
movies?
uh good question. I think maybe I do. I've stopped feeling guilty about not being a completist with books.
Okay. Wow.
And so for that reason, I've had an amazing year of reading because everything I've read, I've loved.
Wow, that's super cool.
So I picked my top 3. Here's the other thing. All the nonfiction that I read was around this process that I've been in, difficult process that I've been in this year of empty nesting and midlife crisis stuff, aging things.
Yep.
And none of the nonfiction stuff I read, I was connecting with.
Hmm.
Including I even reread David Brooks' Second Mountain, and this second time around, I just was not connecting with it.
Hmm.
Sorry, David Brooks. I'm quoting him in my sermon a couple weeks from now, but that it just for some reason it wasn't hitting because
Wow, okay.
all of this stuff was like, here's how you feel. We know here's how you feel, and here's what to do about it. And I was like,
You're like, nope.
it's not quite what it is. So what I found so much more comfort in was fiction about the things, or that included things that I was going through.
Interesting. Okay.
That is the beauty of fiction for me. When I can hear a story of someone else, even if it's made up, it really connected with me this year. So,
Hmm.
and sometimes I just needed to escape from what I was
Yeah.
feeling. And
Yep.
so I have my top page turner of the year is called God of the Woods. And it's just about, it has nothing to do with anything I'm going through, but it was my favorite kind of pure reading for joy book of the year. It's about a rich family who owns a summer camp and their kid goes missing.
Hmm.
And it is brilliantly written. It actually is about loss and grief now that I think about it. But it's a murder mystery. It's a family drama. Beyond good. God of the Woods, my favorite book from the summer. Second favorite, my favorite challenging book of the year, I think I talked about on the podcast, called Northwoods. And the plot of it is going to sound familiar. It's about one plot of land throughout history.
Oh, kind of like here.
So the difference between Northwoods and here
Mm-hmm.
is that Northwoods doesn't focus on just one couple
Sure.
primarily, and Northwoods is good.
Yeah. But you
And
didn't see here, though.
I did see here.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yes, and I did not like here. Probably partially because I love Northwoods and I love the source material of here, the graphic novel.
Mm.
And the movie was like, I was not connecting with the movie
Okay.
at all. I don't know what you thought about it. What did you think of here?
Let's punt that till later.
Okay, great. Northwoods, incredible. And then the best book I read all year is a book that people have been suggesting to me for a long time, and have been saying, but don't read it when you're sad.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided to completely do the opposite and read this book while I was the saddest I've ever been in my life. And it's George Saunders' Lincoln in the Bardo. I have it here, right here.
Lincoln
This
in
is
the Bardo.
this is a
Okay.
book about Lincoln grieving the death of his son.
Interesting.
It's written like a Shakespearean play, so there's no prose. It's only dialogue,
Hmm.
and it's dialogue mostly from dead people who are in the cemetery watching Lincoln grieve the death of his son with his dead son. It
Jeez.
is so challenging and difficult and beautiful that
Hmm.
I read the book and then I put it down and I listened to the audiobook right
Mhm.
after I read the book. It's the first time I've ever read a book twice in a row. That's
Wow.
how good
Okay.
this book is.
Dang.
So Lincoln in the Bardo, it's not a new book, but it changed my life. So great year of reading. I would
Wow.
suggest people enact this 20% rule, especially if you're a heavy reader and you feel guilty about not finishing a book. You're too old for that, folks. If you're listening to this podcast, you're too old for that. You don't have time. You
Too
got to
old for
read
that.
books that you're going to like.
I think that's genius, dude.
Yeah.
Uh, my problem is I get 20% into most books and then stop.
Put them aside.
Yep.
Well, you did it.
No, I don't put them aside. I like, oh, I love this. Oh, what's that? Let me read that.
Another shiny
Ooh.
thing.
You're right. I know. Totally.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do the opposite and trying to be a finisher.
Okay,
And that's
great.
gonna come
Well,
up
yeah, so take
probably in
whichever
level one.
advice here that works for you. Maybe you need my advice, maybe you need Anthony's.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not a great finisher when it comes to that stuff.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
are, and that was one of your problems.
It was. Yep. I felt guilty for not finishing. I've put that aside.
Hmm.
And it was a great year of reading. I have 10 others that I want to talk about. I'll probably record a Patreon episode about that.
Yeah. Do a little solo app. That sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay, let me talk about travel real quick.
Uh-huh.
Family favorite, just a couple family favorites that include travel. Um, we did an Oregon trip in June,
That's right. Yep.
and I mean, just taking the family out to Oregon for a week
Mm-hmm.
plus, going to Portland, going to Bend, going to Sun River,
Mm.
going to Mount Hood, going to Crater Lake. I mean, if you want content, get out of the couch. If you want memories,
Oh yeah.
get off the couch.
Yep.
Um, just like top favorite thing for
Mm.
our entire family the whole year was doing that.
Mm. Awesome.
Trying fun foods,
Mm-hmm.
kayaking, hiking,
Mm.
mountain climbing, seeing waterfalls,
Yeah.
taking them to my favorite place on earth, pretty much.
Right. Yep. You got to show them a place that your heart is.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And so like now it's in them.
Yep. Amazing.
And so like, now they can recall that
Mm-hmm.
and see, and they're like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, how can we move there?
Yes.
After I said we got our life back. Um,
Well, yeah.
so that absolutely ruled.
Mm-hmm.
Let me throw in with travel. We went to see you too.
I was gonna say live music. I didn't have that on my list, but live music was a big thing for me this year, including you two.
That wasn't just live music. That was like a extravagant, reckless journey.
I cannot believe we did that.
Me neither.
Yeah.
It's like,
Gomer's favorite thing, 100%. The Eagles
yeah,
have now opened up new shows in March, and I know
wow.
Adam went, Webmaster Adam.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about making that a part of our sabbatical. Except for what am I talking about? There's no way we could ever afford to do that again.
What we did was ridiculous and
Yes.
awesome.
And I'm so glad we did it.
Yeah. Couple of other family things, making the proton packs for Halloween.
Yep.
So fun. And then other family thing was I discovered that we did this naturally, and I've talked about this on Life Giving,
Hmm.
but just reading side by side in
Mhm.
bed
Yeah.
with my girls.
So
It-
awesome.
We transitioned this year from reading aloud
Mm-hmm.
to reading next to each other.
Yep.
And
Mm-hmm.
dude,
It's
rules.
a really special transition, honestly. No, and
Yeah.
no less than,
Nope,
it's
totally.
it's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, Yeah. Well, you went to see Switchfoot too. I don't want to
We
let
went to
that
see
go by.
Switchfoot twice.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw Switchfoot 3 times. That was fun.
This year?
Well, so once was last year. Well, actually, you know
Okay.
what? Both were last year, and then the
Okay.
third time was like
Okay.
2 months ago for Lily's birthday.
Yeah.
Got to sit up front, got to meet them. They both gave Lily their guitar picks, Tim
Hmm.
and John.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I talked about that. Um, Let me just say, Aaron gave a couple faves.
Okay.
Um, she loves that little blower for the fire.
Oh, good. Yes. One of my faves from the past years.
Yep, she wanted me to tell you that.
Electric bellows, basically.
That's it.
Yep.
Yep. She loves the flannel sheets. She loves, I got her these USB hand warmers.
Jessica has those too. She loves those.
She's like, everybody's going to think I'm cold, but that's where I'm at right now. And she got these salad bowls
Mm.
for traveling salads. Ditch those microplastics.
You mean
It's
like when you're bringing a salad to a party or something?
No, just for her lunch every day.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
She's like, tell them about the salad bowl. So it's like multi-layer, it's metal, it's got
Okay.
a slot for your toppings, a slot for your dressing,
Mm.
and she loves it. She's like, I want another one so that I can always have one clean.
Sweet. That's
So,
great. I need
yep.
to do my list with Jessica next year. I could get some of hers.
Well, I just asked her last night,
Yeah.
and
I'll
they
do
just
that
kept
next year.
coming. So
Let's end with movies.
great.
My tradition has been to say my top 5, 3 to 5. I'll do 3 with 2 bonus.
Okay.
Take a page from Anthony. No, this isn't one of them. It's just a bonus one. I'll say my top 3. Now, I unlike my amazing year of reading, I did not feel that way about movies this year.
Okay.
I said this over the summer, especially in the summer. Nothing was hitting for me.
You know, I was racking my brain earlier today to try to think of my favorite 3 movies,
Yeah.
and I saw so many movies this year. The
I know
most
you did.
in my life. I saw like everything,
Yeah.
and I don't remember anything.
Well, so I forgot about this. I have my top 3 books. I wonder what tags are in here. Twisters.
Yep.
Remember this thing last year, my Gomer's favorite thing?
Yep.
I put the movie tickets in it.
Yeah, we've been
In
doing that.
In Northwoods is Furiosa.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's
It's
okay.
Yeah.
God of the Woods. Kung Fu Panda 4. Nothing to write home about. Top 3 movies in a kind of a weak year, I would say. Number 3, Alien Romulus.
Okay. Yep.
I loved Alien Romulus.
Okay.
I don't know that and I think I'm kind of in the minority on that, but I felt like Alien Romulus felt like an alien movie
Sure.
to me differently than any alien movie that has come out in the past 3 decades.
Sure. It's like the Rogue One of alien movies.
That's a great call. You're
So
right.
it's like this feels like one that I'm going to rewatch.
Yes. I thought it was so gross, which is what I wanted.
It was
I mean,
gross,
that
which is
movie
maybe
was disgusting.
I know. So that's maybe why I didn't love it.
Yeah, they really went for it. But
did.
when you stack it up against like Alien 3, which I love,
Okay.
that's all pretty gross.
Pretty gross.
And then you can't go wrong. This is a Wally thing for me. With playing with gravity.
Yes, that was awesome.
When they get to the main ship,
yes, yeah.
When they get to the main ship and they're like, the gravity is cycling.
Uh-huh.
And so it needs to recharge every couple hours and we won't have gravity. I was like, give me some of this. And so there's, this is not, who cares if it's a spoiler? There's dead aliens with blood everywhere floating. And she has to make it through using only her machine gun as a propulsion mechanism. Yeah. And I was like, you got me. This is amazing.
Brilliant.
I even liked the end. So
that blood, the like,
right, the acid blood.
The acid blood. Yep. That was an amazing idea. And I loved that.
So I loved it. Number 2, Civil War.
Yeah.
Which strangely had the same lead actress in Alien Romulus and Civil War. But and another one that it has very mixed reviews, but I had an incredible time in Civil War. I loved it.
I did too. Yeah.
And then number 1 with an absolute bullet is Dune Part 2.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Wicked, bro.
Oh, No, Wicked didn't make my list.
Oh, dang. I thought you were okay. I forgot. Yes, I love Dune Part 2.
Dune Part
Yep.
2 is the only movie I saw twice in the theater this year. One, and it's the movie I saw IMAX. It's the first movie I've seen in IMAX since I don't even think we saw Tron Legacy in not Tron Legacy. What was it called? Tron whatever.
No, we saw Tron Legacy in IMAX
Is that what it's
with
called?
Mark.
Yeah. We saw
Yeah.
that in IMAX. That's the last movie I've seen in IMAX until Dune Part 2, the second time in LA.
Okay.
I have watched Dune 2 the most at
Okay.
home.
Yep.
I've listened to the Dune 2 soundtrack the most of any soundtrack.
Dang, nice.
So, yeah, Wicked is probably fourth,
Okay.
but I didn't see it in the best circumstances. It was too quiet.
Okay,
And
that
so
sucks.
that was really disappointing.
Dang.
I understand that it was an amazing movie,
Dang.
and people might be surprised by this because it's in when we did the top musicals, I think it was number 4 for me.
Yep.
But so there was a lot to love in Wicked, and I emphasize the word a lot. That movie was 45 minutes too long. You are
Wow.
kidding me with this. The
Okay.
Act 1, which is what this was, part 1,
Yep.
was longer than the whole musical on Broadway.
Okay.
And I felt that padding. Too much animal stuff, which is my least favorite part of the musical.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my problems with it. Too quiet, which is not the movie's fault. It was the theater's fault.
Yep.
And give me a break, way too long.
Okay. Let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
Did you love the last 10 minutes?
Yes. So I loved the leads.
Yep.
I thought they were incredible. I loved the full orchestration of all the
Yeah, yeah.
songs, which is why I love a musical that's a movie, because you
Yeah.
finally get to hear it with the 180-piece orchestra or whatever.
It's John Powell that did How to Train Your Dragon
Oh,
and
yeah.
Born Identity.
Okay, great. And I loved what they did with it. There was some never-ending story, arpeggiated synth in some of this stuff.
Yeah.
That in
That's
like
Powell, dude.
in Loathing, and that's
Yeah.
not the name of the song. What is this feeling? They were in Dancing Through Life. They're doing never-ending story, arpeggiated synth. I was almost standing up in my chair. And then, yeah,
Nice.
that last 10 minutes is undeniable. The movie is excellent. I loved a lot of it, and I emphasize a
man.
lot.
So surprised because I was crying thinking about you crying.
I teared up in that last scene.
All right.
I mean,
So
Defying
funny,
Gravity was incredible. A little too long, but incredible.
That is so funny, dude. Okay.
Yeah. So
Great.
that was number 4. And then my bonus number 5 is, of course, music by John Williams.
Oh, yeah. I watched that last night
Okay.
because I knew you were going to talk about it and I needed that push to watch it.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Loved.
Yeah, so that's the John Williams documentary that's on Disney Plus.
Yep.
I mean, to a certain extent, how are you going to screw it up? Right?
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yep.
Especially because, and I loved the fact that they even in the credits at the end said music by John Williams. They don't use any music except for John Williams music. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some, of course, some quotes of music that he quoted in his stuff.
Yep.
But the bulk of it is just you hearing the story of a man that you love with his music playing behind it.
Yep. We need to punt that to another episode to just talk about it.
Okay, great. Yep.
Because it's too good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was made for me, just like episode 9.
Right. Except for this one was good.
Except for that one was incredible too in its own way. But dude, I mean,
man.
they ended with Space Camp.
So honestly, bro, if you're thinking about me during Wicked, all I'm thinking about is you during music
I
by
know
John
you
Williams. Everything they chose. I mean, it's the Gomers, right? They spent so long on Close Encounters.
Yep.
I was drooling.
Yep.
I'd never put as much thought into it wasn't just Spielberg that did Jurassic Park and Schindler's List in the same year. It was John Williams.
Mm.
They spent so much time on that. Then they're playing Space Camp. The credits of the movie is Hook
I know,
music.
dude. I know.
And then it's just Spielberg shows up while they're interviewing him and they're just palling around for half the movie.
Yep. Incredible.
Two Gomers.
Just two Gomers. I mean, they were at the Musikverein.
Mm-hmm.
His biggest thing that he's ever,
Mm-hmm.
the most recent Blu-ray
Yeah.
4K video is I was just there,
Mm.
right? Like Dudamel, all this stuff with Dudamel. Dudamel's the guy that hired my teacher in LA.
Wow. Dang.
Tanglewood stuff.
There was stuff I didn't know about him, his wife,
I know. I had no
I
idea.
love that they spent time on the Boston pop stuff.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
So
Yep.
interesting. And I loved that it was in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah, it ruled. We'll talk about that more. Let me read. I mean, I either need to stop or go with that. You know?
Let's stop then. Yeah, let's stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love.
So let's end on that. That really was incredible and kind of the cap, I feel like, to a great year of favorite things.
Mm.
All right,
Love,
dude. We love hearing, Nation, your favorite things every year as well. So the best way to contact us is to follow us on Instagram and go to our link tree in our bio. There's all things Gomers there, but you can email it to us. You can DM us, do whatever you want. We'd love to hear from you, or you could call us on the Gomer phone. That number is
608-622-7669. That's 608 NAB Pony.
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe or follow us on whatever podcast app you're listening to right now. Thank you to Davis for our music, Jason and Eric for our graphics, Adam, our webmaster, Lindsay, our social media maestro. Thank you to our Gomertrons who subscribe to our second podcast, The Bonus Disc on Patreon. Not only home to our monthly movie show, Perfect Movie, where we just covered The American President and Elf, but extra episodes like last month's West Wing Draft, this month's Perfect Movie Santa. So many things, up to 4 episodes per month, depending on the level at which you subscribe. Here's a fun announcement for the holiday season. You can now gift subscriptions really easily.
Ooh.
So if you go to patreon.com/2gomer/gift, you can give our Patreon to someone for Christmas that loves the Gomers.
Sweet.
Why not? All that
Totally.
and more is at patreon.com/2gomers. We welcome your support and we thank you.
Awesome, dude. Here, let me read you my review of Here.
Okay, great.
I
Here we
said,
go.
written with a heavy-handed historical and nostalgic checklist, overtly on the nose, needle drops. The gimmick is highly effective, extremely claustrophobic, but the reveal at the end is very satisfying.
Okay, all right. I agree with some of that. You know, Zemeckis, he's got big ideas
I know.
and he really goes for it. But the last 20 years, sorry, Robert, sorry, Bob, it's heavy-handed.
Yep.
So heavy-handed that I'm like, okay, you don't have to say everything that you're trying to tell me.
That's what I mean. It's like, oh yeah, what else happened? Oh, here's when they were there and the moon
Yeah.
landed.
Yeah.
Oh, here's where they all lived there the whole time?
So here's my very strange experience at Here was I started watching it. I had missed the marketing or something about the gimmick.
Okay, see,
I just thought
like
it
the
was going to
gimmick.
be about Tom Hanks and Robin Wright growing up.
Yep. Uh-huh.
So I start watching it and I'm like, this reminds me of this graphic novel that I love.
Really?
And then I was like, oh, that graphic novel is called Here. And that's what this movie is based on. And then the movie is so inferior to the graphic novel
Mm,
that is obviously something that I brought in.
yep.
And then to Northwoods, right? And so I'd
Yeah.
come in with 2 superior texts to
Yep.
this movie. And that's probably something about Wicked too. Is
Yep.
that Wicked also, I should say, is that I came in with a superior text, right? Now,
Yep.
Dune that text is inferior to the movies.
Wow. Okay.
I
Yep.
came in with Dune, which is hard to deal with for me. And I
Uh-huh.
was like, Dune is longer, I think, than Wicked. And I didn't have any problem with the length of that.
Yep.
No padding in that movie. Everything is a delicious treat for Stevie.
Oh, so good, dude. But by the way, just listen to that Silvestri score for
Okay.
here. It's really good.
I like
and
the score a
lots
lot.
of
Yep.
great bassoon solos.
Yeah.
which is
Okay.
nice.
Okay. I'm gonna put that on my list.
Sweet.
All right, everybody. Merry Christmas and
Merry
great app.
Christmas. Super fun, man. And remember, everybody, if we can read books, make a list of all the things that were our favorite for the last year, vision cast for the future, go to U2 concerts, go to Oregon, climb some mountains, read some books, go to movies, make lists, get fire blowers, flannel sheets, hand warmers, salad bowls, ditch those microplastics, and season our cast iron skillets. You can too.
And happy running.
All right, let's stop that. Oh, let's clap. Don't stop.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, clap.
Clap. 1, 2, 3, clap.
Clap. All right, let's stop. 1, 2, 3, stop.
Ooh, that's a long one, but it was fun.
I think that's actually honestly just a low edit, fun,
Okay, good. I agree.
like playthrough.
Yep.
That
Okay,
was actually really fun, dude.
I'm gonna stop this. Bye, everybody.
Okay,
Merry
bye.
Christmas. Bye bye.
Ugh.